Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new YouTube video. This is Mo Crypto and welcome back to the channel. Now guys, today we're going to be talking about the Carole.Finance protocol. Now this protocol came on my radar in the month of August, but I stayed away from it because at the time Basechain was a brand new chain and I didn't really know too much about it until I spoke with some of my friends and started getting a bit more familiar with it, and you guys saw me cover a lot of Basechain projects. A lot of them turned out to be scams. Some of them are still standing till this day. And apparently the Carole protocol is one of those projects, and people have been raving. I mean, you guys know all the people that are talking about this project. It has some very innovative ways to keep the token very sustainable. I mean, let's look at the chart right now. The chart of the Carole token right now on Basechain. So obviously it's Basechain, right? So it's not the same kind of Ethereum fees that you guys are known to see in the Ethereum mainnet. This is more so Basechain Ethereum fees, so they're like tiny cents in transaction fees. But looking at the chart right now, it's been going on since the beginning of September and it's been going just upwards, right? So it's looking very nice. In the last 24 hours it's been up 1.73%. so I mean, it's looking very promising. But essentially I wanted to start diving into this project because, you know guys, in DeFi, I mean, in DeFi, in crypto, everything, there's always a risk involved, right? And obviously I'm not a financial advisor, but what I try to do is I try to capture my crypto journey in the most educational way. So I try to cover a lot of projects, whether they're very degenerate projects or they're very safe projects. I cover a bit of everything. And Carole protocol, after staying away for a few weeks, I said, you know what, let me just jump in and see what they're all about. If this works out, it's gonna pay handsomely because it not only pays in the Carole token, but it also pays in the Ethereum token. And you guys know me, if you've been following this channel for many months now, you know that I love Ethereum. If there's anything I would like to accumulate for the next bull run, it would be Ethereum, because in my eyes, I think Ethereum is going to flip Bitcoin and the growth that it's going to have in the next bull run, but we'll see what happens. All right, guys, so I don't want to make this introduction too long. So the main premise behind the Carole token is that they want to make decentralization very prominent with the Carole token, and there's two features that are currently available for the token, which is basically bonding your Carole token and staking your Carole token. And bonding essentially allows you to provide liquidity in exchange of getting a 30% return on top of what you provided in Carole tokens at the end of 30 days, right? So that's going to be something that we're going to be doing today. So I have a stake that I'm going to be talking about as well. I have a stake since the 24th of October, but what I'm going to be doing today on camera is going to be a bond. So we're going to go ahead and do the bond. 125 Ethereum is what I have, so I'm going to split that in half. I'm going to do half of it in Carole, half of it in Ethereum, and we're going to start that bond, and I'm going to explain to you guys exactly how this works, right? But they do bonding and they do staking. All right, so staking is another way of providing liquidity to the protocol to strengthen the Carole token and strengthen the ecosystem, right? And the way it does that is by adding more Ethereum to the liquidity, right? So what you're doing here is taking a portion of the Carole token that you buy and then pairing that in an LP token kind of way. Like, let's say the staking is creating an LP in some sort of way. You pair that with some Ethereum, and then that's getting staked here for a period of time, and you are paid on a daily basis in Carole tokens, right? And that Carole token, you can either rebond it, which means you can extend the life of that stake, or like as a bond, or you get to sell it and enjoy the fruits of your labor, right? Over the last month and a half or 2 months, they've accumulated over 578,000 in total liquidity. So that's pretty impressive. These guys grew from nothing. I think a lot of this is a little bit of marketing and a lot of word of mouth, because I mean, on Basechain, there's not a lot of very decent projects that have lasted a long time, and Carol Protocol is one of those that has lasted. So a lot of people are curious on the tokenomics and how come nobody thought of this before, but it's pretty innovative, right? And it's standing the test of time. And obviously Ethereum is one of the blue chips, so if anybody has a chance to accumulate some Ethereum, they're going to want to do that, especially in a 2.68% daily income kind of way. I mean, that's pretty cool, right? There's different things that allow you to grow your daily returns. 2% is obviously a lot, but they've managed to make it work, and they're saying that with the incentive program, I'm going to tell you guys a bit about the incentive program later on, but with the incentive program, you're able to get up to 20%. I mean, some of these guys, they're getting a lot of money, right? There's people that get a lot of money in Ethereum on a daily basis from their referrals. A lot of people that get a lot of daily passive income from Carol tokens because of the amount of time that they've spent on the protocol, right? So let's go ahead and look at the two mechanics that are very, very important for Carol token. All right, so let's talk about the two main mechanisms behind the token protocol, behind the Carol protocol, right? So there's bonding and there's liquidity staking. Now, bonding allows you to bond for a specific period of time, and then at the end of that duration, you actually get back your bonded period plus additional rewards in Carol tokens, right? Once you create a bond, though, you can actually stake it. And by staking, what a user can do is add like the LP part that I spoke about earlier, which is in Ethereum. When you bond that together, when you pair that together, and then you add that to the staking portion of the protocol, then you're adding more liquidity, and in return you get returns in Carol on a daily basis, right? In my case right now, my return if I would stake would be about 2.68% on a daily basis in Carol tokens that I get to either sell or I get to rebond, right? But I'm going to be making frequent reviews of the protocol, and as we do more reviews, as we practice a little bit more of how this works, we'll be able to see, once I sell, am I going to lose that percentage or what exactly is happening? And as you guys can see over here, these are 4 different criteria that allow your daily income percentage return to increase, right? So the base is basically the staking base staking yield that you get on a daily basis. So you can start with the protocol with 2%. Liquidity bonus, right? For every 25 ETH in the liquidity pool on baseswap.fi, the daily return will increase by 0.1%. Right now, we're at 0.63%, which is why you guys can see over here I'm 2.68. And I additionally have a hold bonus, right? So if you don't claim your tokens within 24 hours, you'll receive an additional 0.05% to your daily yield. So by just holding your tokens and not claiming them, you're actually gaining an additional hold. So I'm assuming that if you don't sell, you get a better increase in your income. But I don't know if that's going to decrease it and start it back from 2%, or it's simply going to not increase it for that day, right? For that 24 hours. The personal bonus, on the other hand, for every 1 ETH added to the overall protocol liquidity, you will receive an additional 0.1%. So I'm assuming that is basically based on how much liquidity you provide to the protocol. Right? So as the videos go on and as we provide more feedback towards the protocol, as we get more feedback from the protocol, we'll be able to see my daily income increase. Hopefully, if I do a video next week, for example, and I see that my daily income has increased to 3%, then I know for a lot of people, it's going to incentivize them to add more liquidity and add more Carol bonds into the protocol to increase their daily income, hoping that this project is going to be actually one of the only ones that works out on Basechain. We'll see what happens, but for now it's looking very promising, right? Now for the incentive program, it's a very interesting thing, right? Not a lot of projects can say that they can pay back people that share the project in Ethereum. And this is something that they do, which I'm super initially skeptical about, because I'm like, wow, a protocol that pays in Ethereum is super cool. But they seem to be adding so much liquidity in Ethereum to the protocol by adding bonds and stakes and whatever, that it makes sense, you know? And to start off at 5% on a daily basis, to start off at 5% every time you refer somebody in ETH, it's awesome, right? And that goes straight to your wallet. So if you guys decide to join using the link in my description, for example, then there's a 5% of whatever you guys deposit that goes straight to my wallet. It doesn't even get added to the protocol, which is super interesting, because you would figure a lot of these protocols would want to keep more of that into the protocol, would allow you only to receive it in the form of a bond or a stake. But these guys send it directly to your wallet, right? So the referral reward can reach up to 20% and depends on the attracted TVL on the protocol. So if you guys are interested in this kind of stuff, you can track my progress and see how this project goes in the next couple of days, next couple of weeks. If you're interested, it would be super cool if you guys can use the link in my description. It would be super awesome. But guys, let's go ahead and create a stake, because right now you guys know I have a bond, right? It's expiring February 1st, 2024, and I'm going to get some kind of return on that as well, hoping that the project lasts until February 1st, 2024. But we're going to go ahead and create a stake right now. So we're going to go through that together. Let me just open up my ledger. So the first step I'm going to do is I'm going to buy Carol tokens so that I can stake them with my Ethereum at the same time, right? So what I want to do, for example, because right now I have in my wallet 253 Ethereum, right? But what I want to do is I want to only stake $125 worth of that. So I need to buy $62.5 worth of Carol, so I can pair it with an equal amount of Ethereum. So we're gonna go ahead and find. Okay, so let's say I'm going to buy 0.034 Ethereum worth of Carol tokens. And let's go ahead and do that and see what exactly is going to happen and how easy it is for this whole process to occur. When you create this transaction, it's going to create a bond right away, okay? Once it creates that bond, then at that point you get to choose to stake it or leave it as a bond. Okay, so you guys see over here, right now, this is the first bond that I had on October 24th. It's essentially providing liquidity in Ethereum in exchange for some Carol tokens. And later on, you're going to be receiving some more Carol tokens in addition to what you initially staked, right? But what I want to do is actually take this Carol token amount that I just bonded, click on the staking, and match it with an equivalent amount of Ethereum, right? And in my case, it would be 0.0442, right? So we're going to go ahead and click on stake because that automatically created the LP. We're going to click on stake. It's actually taking a little bit more than I wanted to use for the video, but you know what? It might actually be worth it at the end of the day. And let's see what exactly is going to happen. Okay, so the transaction is completed and my stake is currently active. All right, so what you guys can see over here is that I'm going to profit 211 Carol tokens per day, right? And this shows you exactly how many days that this stake has been live on the protocol, right? The maximum I can take out of this stake is 150%. Okay, so that is bullish because they don't allow you to stake an indefinite amount of time. You can only get up to 150% of whatever initial stake you have, right? So for my purpose right now, I am getting 211 tokens from the stake at today's prices of 0.0203. I'm basically making $4.28 on a daily basis from the Carol protocol, in which case I get to either claim that or I get to rebond it. When you rebond it, At that point, you get to restake it, or you get to keep it as a bond and just claim it later on with an equal amount of bond Carol tokens plus an additional percentage, right? So it's a lot to wrap your head around, but it's very simple. It's just either bonding, which is you provide liquidity, or you're staking, which is you provide liquidity, attach it to more Carol token, and keep that locked in for a daily percentage that you get on a daily basis back, right? So I hope you guys like this video. If you guys are interested by the Carol protocol, please use the link in my description. Create yourself a bond, create yourself some stakes, just dabble into it if you feel like this is something that you can risk some capital on. Obviously, nothing is financial advice, but you know, sometimes you just like to try these new things and hope for the best. I'm the kind of guy who wants to throw a bit of money here and there and try to make things work and enjoy these protocols, because the reason why I started in crypto in the first place is to enjoy my time here and not to be just cooped up in one specific project, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section below. Like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.